Hi, Facebook Live. This is Camille Hicks with C. Hicks Insurance Agency. I am now live on Facebook. Hi, Facebook. I am live on Instagram under C. Hicks Agency. Thanks for joining. And I am live on my personal page, Camille G. Hicks. So, hi, the Greek and Italian. I know you're waiting on me for something. Yes, I saw your email. I'll get back with you. Thank you, BG Building Group, for joining. Thank you for saying I'm the best agent. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So hello to everybody. Thank you for joining. Let me share my personal page really fast. Thank you all for joining so quickly. I didn't know you would be joining so quickly. I wasn't all set up. That's my fault, right? So, okay, I'm sharing on my personal Facebook as well. So if you're not following me on C. Hicks Agency, you can follow me on all social media at C. Hicks Agency, as well as you can visit my website at chicksinsurance.com. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to recover your business from a disaster. And also there's coverages that are offered under your insurance policy that will help you recoup losses from having to close your business from a disaster. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to give you some insight on those coverages as well as answer any questions that you have about insurance and recovering your business from a disaster. Okay. I know y'all are saying, hurry up, I'm almost there. Okay, so that's the only thing with being on like 4 devices right now. So thanks for your patience. Okay, so thank you all for joining. So today, I want to give you a little insight on recovering your business from a disaster. So according to the Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety, 25% of businesses that have to close due to a disaster never reopen. So like they never get back up on their feet. So you don't want that to be your business. And that won't be your business because you are on this video listening to great information from your favorite agent, Camille Hicks. So those of you who are joining and don't know who I am, my name is Camille Hicks. I'm with C. Hicks Insurance Agency. And I'm doing a series this month about helping you rebuild. I'm here in Houston, and you know, most of you know what has happened here in Houston. It has truly been a catastrophic event, and a lot of people were talking about how to recover your home, how to recover a lot of your personal items. A lot of that information is out there. However, I wanted to talk a little bit about recovering your business, because if your business had to close and you're losing money, or you're losing customers, or you can't even operate out of your building, it's definitely affecting your personal life as well. And there's coverage that you can add to your insurance policy that will protect you from those losses, help you recoup. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about assistance from the SBA, the Small Business Administration, that they're offering as well. So there's a couple of different things I'm going to cover today. And if you have questions, please feel free to post the questions, and I'll go back and answer questions either in a later post, or I'll try to go back at the end of this live video. So thank you all that are still joining on Facebook and Instagram, C. Hicks Agency and Camille G. Hicks. So those of you just joining, 25% of businesses that close due to a disaster never reopen. That does not have to be your business. So what is business interruption insurance and loss of business income? There's actually coverage that will help you recoup costs that you lose when a disaster hits. So I'm here in Houston. I'm fortunate that I am able to work remotely most of the time. I can work with an internet connection. However, there's a lot of business owners. I know there's probably some of you on the live video that you either had to shut your doors down, you might have a brick and mortar, you might have employees that couldn't get to work. All of those things really affect your business when you have to close down. So there is assistance through the SBA, the Small Business Administration, as well as there's coverage that will help you in this during this time. So business interruption insurance, it's often called business interruption insurance or loss of business income. This coverage is very case-by-case basis. It depends on your insurance carrier. It depends on the type of policy you have, and it depends on what the insurer is willing to offer to your business. It might be part of a package, or you might be able to add it on to a policy that you already have. One thing that business interruption or loss of business income is it will not, you cannot purchase it as a standalone policy. So you have to already have a business policy or be purchasing a business policy to be able to add this coverage on. So what this coverage does is it covers you in the case of, in the event of a loss, and you actually have to shut down, you lose income. It can cover your revenue for the month that you would have made if your business was still open. It can also cover some of your standard costs, like your fixed costs, like rent, electricity, some of your bills. So we don't really think about that often, but if a disaster hits like it did here in Houston, how do you keep your business going if you're not bringing any revenue because the whole city is shut down? Some of us are still not back at work. So what is protecting your business while while you're going through a disaster or after it hits? And let's talk about a little bit about the disaster that already hit. So I've talked a little about the coverage that covers it. If you have an insurance policy for your business, I suggest checking your policy to see if business interruption or loss of business income is included on your policy, so that you might be able to recoup some of the revenue or things that you lost while the disaster is going on, and even now while trying to recover. So check your policy. You can also contact the SBA, Small Business Administration. They actually have a website that has information specifically for Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. So the website is sba.gov/disaster-assistance. That's sba.gov/disaster-assistance. They will actually tell you all the things that you can qualify for as a business in order to be able to recover from lost time at work, lost revenue, etc. So there are two different ways that you can, sorry, I'm reading my notes because I got a lot of good information from the Small Business Administration. I want to make sure that I share correct information with you. So once you go to their website, they have two different types of loans. Yeah, it is a loan, but this loan can still help you recover, and they have low interest rates. Their interest rates start at 2.5%, and you can be a business or a nonprofit agency to get assistance from the Small Business Association. I'm sorry, Small Business Administration, not association, the SBA. I'm going to just start saying SBA from now on. So go to their website and see what type of assistance you might qualify for. They actually allow you to borrow up to $2 million in coverage or in repair costs. They give loans for physical property loss as well as for economic loss. So if you do not have insurance, you can qualify to get coverage. I keep saying coverage because I'm speaking in insurance terms, but you can get assistance from the Small Business Administration. So, the other thing is, the side note is that if you have coverage on your insurance policy, you're a business and you have insurance coverage, and for some reason, some items or some things are not covered under your insurance policy, or the insurance company walks away from certain damages or certain expenses that you need covered, you can actually ask the SBA to help you cover what the insurance company might not cover. So that's huge, because a lot of us have insurance, but We know that sometimes everything that we need covered is not always covered under your insurance policy. So you want to go ahead and contact the SBA and see if they can pick up the rest of the rest of the coverage amount that you need. So I want to talk a little bit more about that coverage. If you do have insurance, I suggest calling your insurance carrier or your agent, or looking over your policy to see if you do have coverage for loss of business income or for business interruption insurance. If you have not been affected by everything that's going on, and I really pray that you haven't been. I'm in Houston, Texas, and we definitely were hit hard. A lot of people lost everything. I actually had a business owner send me a message, and they told me that they pretty much lost everything. They felt so ridiculous because they hadn't purchased insurance when they really could afford it. And at this point, there's nothing you can really do about it right this second if you're already trying to recover your business. But that's why I'm here to give you the information. So we know that we should have certain insurance in place, but if you don't have it in place, there are programs that are willing to help you recover your business. So they're not just recovering your personal, your home, your contents from your clothes, your computers. They're also helping businesses rebuild. So you want to try to take advantage of any resources that are out there for you so that you can rebuild your business and start to rebuild your life. So if you didn't have coverage, then now is the time to try to rebuild with some assistance, and then try to get the right coverage in place. And if you were not hit by these catastrophic storms, then I suggest going ahead and preparing your business and preparing yourself to have the correct coverage in place, in the event that something were to happen. Because it's just as important it is to rebuild your life, your personal life. Most of us business owners, we've worked really, really hard to, have our businesses, to create put our ideas out there, to build things that we've had in our minds, or things that we might even be carrying on businesses for our parents or grandparents. So to lose everything to a 1-2 day event is catastrophic in itself as well. So it's important that you know what coverage covers loss, which is the business interruption coverage and loss of business income, along with several other coverages that I don't want to bore you with today. I want to focus on one coverage. But if you give us a call ahead of time, before you actually need coverage, and you have time to sit down and understand what coverage you need and what coverage should be on your policy, we can really put a policy in place that will help protect your assets, including your business. So I see some people still joining. Thank you for those of you who joined. This is not an exciting topic to talk about, I know that. And I don't do videos often, but I'm trying to bring information that you can use as you rebuild your business, rebuild your personal life after disaster, as well as help those of you who haven't experienced disaster kind of regroup and prepare for if something were to happen, and have those things in place to really build a financial foundation that will protect your assets, your family, and your business. So if you have questions, please put your questions out there. I would definitely love to answer them through either another video or through a post. I usually post the answers to questions within the post after the video. So please send me your questions. So again, for those of you who are just joining, there's business interruption insurance, which is insurance that helps you recoup costs that you've lost because you either had to close your business or you lost revenue during a disaster, or it could be any covered loss, theft, fire, storm hits, hurricane, tornado. So it helps recover whatever you would have earned or any expenses that you would be paying for, like rent, utilities. So it really, if you really think about it, those are expenses that say your business can't run for a month, which a lot of us are experiencing here in Houston. You weren't able to open, you have a brick and mortar, you have an actual business where you have a physical location that was damaged. You can't operate. So you're losing all of that revenue you would have normally made. You're losing for, you know, it could be days to it could be weeks to it could be months. So business interruption insurance really helps you recover during a disaster and after a disaster, helps you recoup those losses. So you'll often hear it referred to as business interruption insurance or loss of business income. So let's talk about a little bit about what it takes to get this coverage and how much does this coverage cost? You know, it's great to talk about what you need, but is this coverage going to cost me an arm and a leg? Those are the questions that I get all the time. So what you need in order to get business insurance, business interruption insurance or loss of business income, you need to put in an application. If you don't have insurance already, you put in an application with your favorite agent at chicksinsurance.com. You just need to give us your basic information. We will ask you some questions. Be prepared to give us description of what you actually do. And I suggest that what you do, your description of services that you give us as an insurance company, really needs to match up with what's on your website. If you do weddings and our underwriters go to your website and see that you do kids parties and doggy parties and all kinds of parties, you are in a different risk category. And it's not about the risk that you think you are, but it's the risk that the insurance company thinks that you are. So when you're applying for business coverage, make sure that you are giving us an accurate description of your services. We will also need your revenue. Don't feel that you have to make a lot to get business insurance. We know that there's a lot of growing companies out there and that you might only have $5,000 in revenue for the year, and that's okay. You can still benefit from being covered, and you can also get covered. So don't worry about your revenue. So a lot of people ask, well, how much is this coverage going to cost? And I even hear a lot of people not get covered for their business because they're afraid it's going to be some astronomical amount. So I have insurance clients who are paying anywhere from $400 for the year and up. So when you think about it, if you have damage that's $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, or you lose revenue, what is $400 or $600 for the year? So we're looking at maybe a $200 down payment and $55 or so a month for 8 months. That's usually how it works. But each price is based on, a premium is based on the actual company. So there's no way to really give you an estimate until you give us information on your company and we talk to our insurance carriers. So at C. Hicks Agency, we are brokers. I am a licensed insurance agent / broker, which means that I will shop around for you, and we do have a carrier that will fit your needs. So again, I know this is not an exciting topic, but I understand the importance of the questions that I'm getting, that people are needing help to rebuild, and also people who are not needing to rebuild right now. It's time to sit down and think about, regroup, look at your plan for how to protect your assets, including your business, and that's through insurance coverage. So 2 things that I really wanted to get across in this video today. If you have coverage, make sure that you review your coverage and see if you have business interruption insurance or loss of business income coverage. You want to check your policy for that, especially if you are in the disaster right now and trying to recover your business. You might be out there looking for resources, and you might have coverage already on your policy that you could be utilizing. So that's the first thing. Secondly, understand what business interruption insurance is and loss of business income. It will help your business recover during a disaster, after a disaster. And really, it doesn't have to be just a disaster. It could be, a theft, fire. It could be anything that happens, a covered loss that happens at your business or to your business. One thing, a side note that I want to actually make a point of letting you know is this coverage, the business income coverage or loss of business income coverage and business interruption coverage only covers what your core coverage is on your policy. So if you have damage from, say, a flood, that's a real situation right now. Say you have damage from a flood, but your policy doesn't cover flood insurance, then that business interruption and loss of business income does not cover flood. So does that make sense? It only covers what your core policy would cover. So you're not going to get extra coverage for something that you were not covered for. So that's just a side note. The other thing that I want to make sure I get across in this video is that there's assistance for small business owners out there. If you had damage, physical damage or economic loss during the disaster or afterwards right now, you can contact the SBA, the Small Business Administration. And I definitely recommend you going to their website, sba.gov/disaster-assistance. They have specific information for those of you affected by Hurricane Harvey as well as Hurricane Irma. So please visit their website, and I don't want to see anybody be the business that had to close down during the storm and was never able to reopen. So there are resources there. And if you have questions about the resources, feel free to contact my agency. My website is chixinsurance.com, and the phone number is 800-644-6602. And lastly, if you weren't in a disaster area and your business was not affected by any of the storms, please consider preparing yourself and your business to protect all of your assets and your family, as well as your property and your business. I know that everybody works hard to achieve their goals and to go into business, and the last thing you want to do is lose your business to a 1 or 2 day event where it could have been prevented. So if you have questions about coverage, about recovering your business right now from the disaster, the catastrophic events that have happened very recently, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Camille Hicks, and I'm with C. Hicks Insurance Agency. You can find me online on all social media at C. Hicks Agency, and you can call my office at 800-644-6602, as well as you can text me at 281-549-5264. So hopefully I didn't bore you. It's not an exciting topic, I know, but it's such an important topic. So if you are in business or you plan on going into business, please make sure that you have the coverage you need on your policy. And if you are a business right now and you are in need of some assistance, please feel free to reach out to the Small Business Administration as well as to my agency, and we'd be more than happy to direct you or assist you in rebuilding and regrouping so that we can all move forward in success in business and in life. So thank you for joining the video. I do have some exciting and informative videos coming up in the near future. Within the next couple of weeks, I have several guests that will be joining me on these live videos throughout the month of September to bring information to you to help you regroup and rebuild after these catastrophic events that have happened. So stay tuned and follow us on social media and look for the upcoming information, upcoming videos. And thanks again for joining, and have a great day.